Welcome to our channel History of Coins, where we explore the hidden gems of numismatics. In today's video, we're diving into the fascinating world of U.S. state quarter-dollar coins, as some of these coins are rare and can make you rich overnight. In this video, we are gonna uncover the rarest coins and their values. So make sure to watch the complete video and find out if you have one of these. Now let's continue our today's video. Top 1 today, we're diving into one of the most fascinating coins in the history of American currency, the 2001 Kentucky State Quarter. If you're a collector or just a fan of rare finds, this is a coin you'll definitely want to pay close attention to, because it has more value than you might expect. By the end of this video, you'll know just how much this little piece of history could be worth and what makes it so special in the world of coin collecting. Let's start with a bit of background. The Kentucky State Quarter was issued in 2001 as part of the 50 State Quarters program, which was a monumental project by the U.S. Mint. This program ran from 1999 to 2008 and released a special quarter for each state, featuring designs that symbolize the state's heritage, history, and culture. Kentucky, the 15th state to be admitted to the Union, chose a design that perfectly reflects its rich history, highlighting two of the state's most iconic symbols: the thoroughbred horse and the Kentucky State Coat of Arms. The reverse side of the 2001 Kentucky Quarter features a horse and rider galloping through a field of bluegrass, with the words "My Old Kentucky Home" inscribed on the coin. This design beautifully captures Kentucky's reputation for breeding the world's finest racehorses and its historical connection to horse racing. If you've ever been to the Kentucky Derby, you'll immediately recognize the significance of this design. It's synonymous with tradition and excellence. But here's where it gets really interesting. This quarter, while seemingly a common coin, has earned a reputation among collectors for its rarity and value. You might be wondering, how could a coin that was produced in the millions have much worth? Well, it's not just about how many were made, it's about the condition of the coin, the rarity of certain minting errors, and how well these coins have been preserved over time. Most coins in circulation today show some level of wear and tear. They've been passed through countless hands, spent at stores, and tossed into coin jars. The 2001 Kentucky Quarter, however, has a significant amount of value if you happen to find one in pristine, uncirculated condition. Coins like these, which have been well preserved without any scratches or dents, are much more valuable to collectors. So, if you've got one of these quarters in your collection, make sure you give it a close look to see if it's in excellent condition, because that's when the value really starts to rise. What makes the 2001 Kentucky Quarter even more exciting is the potential for minting errors. Collectors go crazy for error coins because they're rare, unique, and, in many cases, worth much more than a standard coin. The Kentucky Quarter is no exception, and there are a few types of errors to keep your eyes peeled for. One of the most valuable types of error is the double die. This happens when the die used to stamp the coin isn't properly aligned, causing the design to appear twice or with a blurry, double-imaged effect. The most common place to see this error is in the lettering or the detailed elements of the coin, like the Kentucky horse or the surrounding text. A 2001 Kentucky Quarter with a noticeable double die error can be extremely valuable, especially if it's a particularly obvious mistake. Another minting error to watch for is the off-center strike. This happens when the coin is struck improperly and the design appears slightly off-center. It's a quirky, interesting error that gives the coin a unique appearance. Off-center strike coins, especially if they're quite misaligned, are often seen as special among collectors. The more extreme the misalignment, the more desirable the coin becomes. A 2001 Kentucky Quarter with this kind of error can be a rare treasure in the world of numismatics, and don't overlook the clipped planchet error. This occurs when the metal used to create the coin is improperly cut before it's struck, leading to a part of the coin being missing. If you find a Kentucky Quarter with a clipped planchet, you've got yourself a coin that's both unique and valuable. The more noticeable the clipping, the more sought after the coin will be. Now, you've probably been wondering just how much a 2001 Kentucky State Quarter could really be worth. After all, we're talking about a coin that was produced in the millions, right? Well, when you consider factors like uncirculated condition, the rarity of minting errors, and the collector demand, a single 2001 Kentucky Quarter in excellent condition or with a valuable error could fetch a whopping $81,000. That's right, $81,000 for a single quarter. It might sound too good to be true, but in the world of coin collecting, it's not out of the question. When you factor in the excitement surrounding the 50 State Quarters program and the high demand for error coins, it's clear that this small, seemingly unremarkable quarter could be worth a fortune. So, if you happen to have a 2001 Kentucky quarter in your collection, or if you come across one in the future, make sure you take a closer look. It could be worth much more than you ever imagined. Remember, condition is key, but those rare minting errors can make a huge difference in value. Top 2, we're diving into a truly special coin from the U.S. Mint, the 2015 Saratoga National Historical Park quarter. If you've never heard of this coin, or if you simply passed over it without a second thought, then you're in for a real treat. This seemingly humble quarter is worth much more than its face value, and by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why this particular quarter is worth paying attention to. The Saratoga quarter is part of the America the Beautiful series, which was issued to commemorate the country's national parks and historic sites. Released in 2015, this quarter features an incredible design inspired by the Saratoga National Historical Park in New York. The park holds immense significance in American history, being the site of the pivotal Battle of Saratoga during the American Revolution. This battle is often credited with turning the tide in favor of the American colonies, helping to secure their eventual victory in the war. On the reverse side of the 2015 Saratoga quarter, you'll see a powerful image of the monument to the American soldiers at Saratoga. In the foreground, a soldier is depicted standing tall, symbolizing the bravery and sacrifice of those who fought in the battle. The words Saratoga and New York are also inscribed, giving the coin a true sense of place and honoring the historic significance of the site. Now, you might be thinking, that's a nice design, but why is this coin worth so much more than face value? Well, this is where things get interesting. When it comes to rare coins, it's not just the design or the historical significance that determines its value. It's about the rarity, condition, and the presence of any minting errors. And the 2015 Saratoga quarter has several factors that make it more valuable than you might initially expect. Let's start with the most important aspect, condition. Like many coins, the Saratoga quarter was minted in large numbers, but the vast majority of them saw heavy circulation. These coins were spent in everyday transactions, thrown in drawers, and stacked in coin jars. Most of the quarters you'll find today are worn, scratched, and scuffed from being handled. But if you happen to come across a Saratoga quarter in pristine, uncirculated condition, you're looking at a coin that could fetch a much higher price than its face value. The key to a high-value coin is keeping it in perfect condition, free from any blemishes or signs of wear. Coins that have been well preserved and stored properly are often sought after by collectors, and they can sell for a significant amount more than their original value. But condition is just one part of the equation. The real excitement comes when you find a coin with a minting error. Minting errors are what make certain coins so desirable and valuable to collectors. These mistakes, whether big or small, can create a one-of-a-kind coin that no one else has. And believe it or not, the 2015 Saratoga quarter is no stranger to errors. One of the most sought-after errors in the world of coin collecting is the double die error. This occurs when the design on the coin is struck twice, creating a blurry or doubled image. If you happen to find a 2015 Saratoga quarter with a double die, you could be holding on to a coin that's worth much more than you ever imagined. These errors are relatively rare, and collectors will pay a premium for coins that have them. Another error that can significantly increase the value of the Saratoga quarter is the off-center strike. This happens when the coin is not aligned properly during the minting process, causing the design to appear off-center. An off-center strike on a 2015 Saratoga quarter would make it stand out among the others, and depending on how misaligned the coin is, it could be worth a lot more. And don't forget about the clip planchet error, where the metal disc used to strike the coin is cut improperly, resulting in a missing section of the coin. A clip planchet error can make a 2015 Saratoga quarter more unique and valuable, as collectors are always on the lookout for these interesting and unusual mistakes. So, what does all this mean in terms of value? Well, if you've got a 2015 Saratoga quarter in uncirculated condition or, better yet, one with a minting error, you could be holding a real treasure. A coin like this, in perfect condition or with one of those rare minting errors, can easily be worth $77,000. That's right, $77,000 for a single quarter. It may sound unbelievable, but in the world of coin collecting, rare and unique coins like the 2015 Saratoga quarter are highly prized, and their value can skyrocket when the right buyer comes along. So, before you discard any 2015 Saratoga quarters, take a moment to check them carefully. You might just have one of these rare and valuable coins hiding in your collection. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, always remember that in the world of coin collecting, it's the little details, condition, rarity, and minting errors that can make all the difference. Top 3, we're diving into the 2016 Harper's Ferry State Quarter, a coin that could be worth way more than you ever thought. If you thought the 25-cent pieces in your change jar were just pocket change, then think again. The 2016 Harper's Ferry Quarter, part of the America the Beautiful series, has gained significant attention from collectors. Let's explore what makes this coin so special and why it could be worth a lot more than its face value. The Harper's Ferry Quarter was issued in 2016 to honor the Harper's Ferry National Historical Park, located in West Virginia. The park is known for its historical significance during the Civil War era, and it's famously home to John Brown's raid in 1859, a key event in the build-up to the Civil War. This particular coin features an incredible design that highlights the beauty of the park and its rich history. On the reverse side of the coin, you'll see a stunning depiction of the historic John Brown's fort, surrounded by the natural beauty of the park. The design captures the fort's architectural details and showcases the grandeur of the American landscape. The inscriptions Harper's Ferry and West Virginia help to anchor the coin in its place of origin, reminding us of the historical importance of this site in American history. Now, you may be asking, why would this particular coin be valuable? And what makes it so special compared to other quarters? The answer lies in a few key factors: rarity, condition, and errors. To start with, let's talk about rarity. While the 2016 Harper's Ferry Quarter was minted in large numbers, most of these coins were spent into circulation, handling the wear and tear that comes with everyday use. As a result, most of the coins you'll find today are not in pristine condition. However, coins that have been carefully preserved and kept in excellent shape are much harder to come by, and that's where their value begins to skyrocket. If you find a Harper's Ferry Quarter that is in uncirculated condition, meaning it hasn't been damaged, scratched, or heavily worn, you're already looking at a coin that could fetch a higher price. Coins that retain their original luster and have minimal signs of wear are always in demand among collectors, and they can be worth significantly more than face value. But condition is just one part of the equation. Minting errors are what truly drive coin values up, especially when it comes to rare and unique mistakes. And believe it or not, the 2016 Harper's Ferry Quarter has a history of minting errors that collectors go crazy for. These errors are what make certain coins stand out and become prized possessions. One of the most sought-after errors in coin collecting is the double die error, where the design appears to be duplicated, making parts of the image appear blurry or doubled. A Harper's Ferry Quarter with this kind of error would immediately attract the attention of serious collectors who are willing to pay top dollar for such a rare find. The reason these double die errors are so valuable is that they are incredibly difficult to find, and each one is unique. Another error that can increase the value of the Harper's Ferry Quarter is the off-center strike. This occurs when the coin is not properly aligned during the minting process, causing the design to appear off-center. These types of errors create a one-of-a-kind coin, and collectors are always on the lookout for them. If you happen to find a 2016 Harper's Ferry Quarter with an off-center strike, you could be sitting on a valuable piece of history. Additionally, there are other errors like clipped planchets, where part of the coin is missing due to a defect in the metal disc used to make the coin, and overstrikes, where one coin design is stamped over another. These errors make the coin even rarer and more desirable to collectors. So, you might be wondering, what's the value of a 2016 Harper's Ferry Quarter in good condition, or with one of these sought-after minting errors? Well, hold on to your hats, because you could be looking at a coin worth an incredible $73,000. Yes, that's right, $73,000 for a single 25-cent piece. It's hard to believe, but in the world of rare coin collecting, such incredible finds do happen. And if you happen to have a 2016 Harper's Ferry Quarter in uncirculated condition or with one of these valuable minting errors, you could be holding on to something that's worth a small fortune. Top 4, we have something special in store. If you've been collecting state quarters or just stumbled upon one in your change, you might want to take a closer look at the 2017 Effigy Mounds State Quarter. This coin is more than just another piece of currency. It has historical significance, stunning design, and potential value that could make any collector's heart race. Let's dive into what makes the 2017 Effigy Mounds Quarter so intriguing, valuable, and sought after. The 2017 Effigy Mounds quarter was issued as part of the America the Beautiful series, which honors national parks and other significant historical sites across the United States. The Effigy Mounds National Monument, located in Iowa, is home to ancient burial mounds shaped like animals. These mounds date back over 1,000 years and are considered a sacred site by Native American tribes. The monument preserves these fascinating earthworks and the cultural history of the region. The design on this quarter features a beautiful and respectful depiction of one of the burial mounds in the shape of a bear. In the background, you can see the Mississippi River flowing, adding an additional layer of beauty and depth to the coin. The inscriptions on the coin read, Effigy Mounds, Iowa, in 2017, marking both the location and the year the coin was minted. Now, let's get to what truly sets this coin apart for collectors: rarity, conditions, and the possibility of minting errors. While the Effigy Mounds quarter was minted in large numbers as part of the regular state quarter program, most of them were used in daily transactions. This means that the vast majority of these coins are heavily circulated and show signs of wear and tear, such as scratches and discoloration. However, in the world of coin collecting, the value of a coin isn't just based on how many were made. It's about how rare the coin is in certain conditions. Coins that have been well preserved, showing little to no signs of wear, are often in high demand. If you're lucky enough to have a 2017 Effigy Mounds quarter in uncirculated condition, that's already a step toward a valuable find. But it doesn't stop there. Some coins go from simply being rare to being highly valuable because of minting errors. The 2017 Effigy Mounds quarter has several unique traits that collectors are looking for, particularly certain errors that occurred during the minting process. These errors can make a coin worth significantly more than its face value. For example, one of the most desirable types of errors in coin collecting is the double die error. This occurs when the coin dies. The tools used to strike the design on the coin don't align correctly, causing parts of the design to appear doubled or blurry. If you happen to find an Effigy Mounds quarter with a double die error, you could be sitting on a very rare and valuable piece of history. Another type of error that can increase the value of a coin is an off-center strike. When the coin blank isn't properly aligned during the minting process, it can create an image that's off-center, making it a truly unique coin. An off-center Effigy Mounds quarter would be an exciting find for collectors, as these errors are relatively uncommon and highly sought after. Then there's the clipped planchet error, where the coin's metal planchet, the flat disc that struck to make the coin, is imperfect, leading to a portion of the coin being missing. These types of errors are rare and create one-of-a-kind coins that collectors can't get enough of. In addition to minting errors, the overall condition of the coin plays a massive role in its value. A quarter in pristine, uncirculated condition with sharp details and no visible damage can be far more valuable than a coin that's been heavily circulated and worn down. So, if you happen to find a 2017 Effigy Mounds quarter that looks like it just came off the minting press, you could be looking at something worth far more than 25 cents. Now, let's talk about the price tag. How much could you potentially make from a 2017 Effigy Mounds quarter in excellent condition, or one that has a minting error? Well, the answer might surprise you. If you have a quarter that's in top-notch condition or has one of those rare errors, you could be looking at a value of $75,000. Yes, you heard that right, $75,000 for a single quarter. It's hard to believe that a coin that was once just part of your pocket change could have such a staggering value. But in the world of coin collecting, this is the reality for rare and error-filled coins. The 2017 Effigy Mounds quarter may not be as well known as some other coins, but that's part of its charm. As more collectors realize the rarity of certain minting errors and the demand for uncirculated versions of this coin grows, its value will likely continue to rise. So, if you've got a 2017 Effigy Mounds quarter in your collection, it might be time to give it another look. You could have a hidden treasure on your hands. So, next time you're sorting through your change or going through your collection, take a moment to check for this beautiful and potentially valuable coin. You never know. You might just have a rare gem that could be worth an incredible amount of money. Top 5, we're diving into the fascinating world of U.S. state quarters, and I have an absolute gem to talk about, the 2002 Louisiana state quarter. This coin is not just any piece of currency, it has a rich history, a striking design, and, believe it or not, it has the potential to be worth a whole lot more than you might think. So, grab your magnifying glass, because we're about to explore why this coin could be the next treasure in your collection. First off, let's take a moment to appreciate the stunning design of the 2002 Louisiana state quarter. Released as part of the 50 State Quarters program, which ran from 1999 to 2008. This quarter honors the state of Louisiana and its incredible cultural and historical significance. The design of this coin is absolutely beautiful and features the iconic image of the famous pelican, which is the state bird of Louisiana. Surrounding the pelican is the inscription Louisiana Purchase, referencing the momentous event in 1803 when the United States purchased the Louisiana Territory from France, effectively doubling the size of the young country. The coin also features the state's official motto, Union, Justice, Confidence, reminding us of the values that have shaped Louisiana and the United States as a whole. The design truly captures the essence of the state's legacy, making this coin a beautiful tribute to one of the most important purchases in American history. Now, let's talk about the rarity and potential value of this coin. You might be wondering, how could a simple state quarter be worth more than just 25 cents? The answer lies in a combination of rarity, condition, and some potential minting errors. While the 2002 Louisiana quarter was minted in large numbers, there are factors that make certain examples much more valuable than others. One of the most significant factors that affect the value of a coin is its condition. Coins that have been well preserved are far more valuable than those that have been heavily circulated and damaged. A quarter that is in mint or near mint condition, with sharp details and minimal wear, can command a much higher price than one that's been in your pocket for years. So, if you have a 2002 Louisiana quarter that still shines and shows off its intricate design, you might just be sitting on a valuable piece of history. But there's more. Minting errors are a key factor in what makes this coin so special and worth so much to collectors. Errors during the minting process are fairly common, but some are extremely rare and highly sought after. For example, one of the most valuable errors that can occur with state quarters is the double die error. This happens when the coin dies. The tools used to strike the design on the coin don't align properly, causing certain elements of the design to appear twice. This could be the text, the state bird, or even the surrounding details. If you happen to have a 2002 Louisiana state quarter with a double die error, you could have an extremely rare and valuable coin on your hands. Another error that could increase the value of this coin is the off-center strike. This happens when the blank coin planchet, the metal disc that's stamped to create the coin, is not properly aligned, which can result in a portion of the coin's design being missing or misaligned. Coins with this error are especially rare and can be very desirable to collectors looking for unique pieces to add to their collection. Even the clip planchet error could make your coin a highly sought-after item. This error occurs when the metal planchet is improperly cut during the production process, leaving a portion of the coin with a jagged edge or missing section. While this type of error is relatively uncommon, it's incredibly popular with collectors because of how unique each clip planchet coin is. If you have a 2002 Louisiana quarter with this error, it could certainly command a higher value in the market. Now, let's talk about how much money this little quarter could be worth. While most 2002 Louisiana state quarters are worth their face value of just 25 cents, coins that are in excellent condition or have rare minting errors can fetch a much higher price. If you happen to have one of these rare, uncirculated, or error-filled coins, you could be looking at a price tag that will make your jaw drop. Believe it or not, a 2002 Louisiana state quarter with a rare error or in pristine condition can be worth $79,000. That's right, $79,000 for a single quarter. Now, that's a lot more than just pocket change. It's hard to believe, but this is the reality in the world of coin collecting. A rare error or an uncirculated specimen can turn what was once just a regular coin into an absolute treasure worth thousands of dollars. So, the next time you find yourself going through your coin collection or digging through your spare change, remember to check those 2002 Louisiana state quarters closely. You might just be holding a piece of history that's worth far more than its face value. Whether it's a coin with a minting error or one in pristine condition, this quarter could very well be the key to an unexpected windfall. Thank you for joining me today to explore the fascinating world of the 2002 Louisiana state quarter. If you enjoyed learning about this rare and valuable coin, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss any more exciting coin discoveries. Until next time, happy collecting, and remember, sometimes the most valuable coins are the ones you least expect.